My kids are so impressed with this, so that makes me feel like I really did good with this one. I am using Oly-Fun fabric to make a cool monster garage door cover. This is a very lightweight yet durable fabric, so it's perfect for this project. I did make a pattern and included all of my dimensions. If you check the video description, I will drop a link for that. So, as I mentioned, I was starting out with the white Oly-Fun fabric to make the teeth. So Oly-Fun fabric on the bolt is 60 inches wide. It's folded in half. So what I'm doing is I am cutting on the open edge and making these giant teeth for the monster garage. This way I can create a symmetrical set of teeth by just cutting one half at a time. So you'll see that once I lay all this out. So this fabric is actually folded in half. I have measured and drawn the teeth on the fabric. That's another cool thing about this fabric is that you can paint it, you can write on it, you can staple it. So I just used a pencil to draw out my pattern, and now I'm just cutting out the 5 teeth, and then I'm going to cut along that folded edge, and so now, boom, I have 10 teeth. Since I have a two-car garage, it is 220 inches across. I don't have a table that big, so I am going to be working on the floor, RIP to my knees. I have cut and measured both the purple and the black Oly-Fun into strips that are 220 inches long, and now I am cutting that purple strip, making kind of a wavy line, and this will be the gums. Again, this is folded, so with one cut, I am creating both the upper gum and the lower one. Now I am cutting one piece of the Oly-Fun for the bottom. That one needed to be 50 inches wide, so I had to trim a little bit off. And then I'm going to place the teeth on top, and then I'm going to add those purple gums and pin it all into place so that it doesn't slide around for the next step. So when you see me stopping there, it's because I'm pinning it into place using lots of pins so that nothing slides around. And this is what it looks like. This is going to be the bottom set of teeth that actually goes on the garage door. I had initially thought that I would sew all of this, but because it is so large, it was really hard to work with my little sewing machine. So I opted to use this fabric glue. This glue is awesome. It has held up so well with different costume projects that I've done that I knew it would work on this. I'm going to use that fabric glue to attach the gums and the teeth to the black Oly-Fun backing. You just need to put some glue along the edge there because Oly-Fun is so lightweight and this glue is so strong that it's going to hold it in place. 2 strips of Oly-Fun to make this tall enough for my garage door, and I ended up redoing that strip there with hot glue so that it would hold better. But when I went to glue the gums on the top teeth, I was able to use the fabric glue again. For the bend on the garage door, the hot glue was needed to hold that center strip together. Now moving on to the eyes, I'm using some Kiwi green Oly-Fun and a hula hoop to cut a kind of semicircle there out of the fabric so that I will have 2 giant glowing green eyes for my garage monster. Once again, I took advantage of the fact that Oly-Fun's folded in half, so I could just cut once and then cut along that seam, and voila, I have 2 eyes now. Next, I am grabbing some of that excess black Oly-Fun that I had cut off earlier so that I can kind of make a furrowed brow or maybe like a upper eyelash line. I don't know. I'm just trying to make these eyes look angry, like a garage monster should. So I am folding it into a long rectangle, cutting that, and then I'm going to trim it at an angle to help create that illusion that the eyes are angry. And to finish off the eye, I cut a rectangle into a semicircle and then with another little slit in the middle. This was my first attempt, and I realized this eyeball was way too small for this giant eye. So I had to do it over again, and then it was so much better. See, that's a lot better. And oh, there's my cute puppy coming to see what I'm doing. He always likes to be part of my crafty adventures. So again, I'm using that fabric glue there to just attach the eyebrow, we'll call it, and the eyeball to the monster eye. And there's my sidekick trying to eat the monster garage, so I had to pause for a second to tell him to please stop. And he's such a sweet boy. He did. And then I can use that fabric glue and finish up this eyeball. This piece is going to be stapled to the wood trim right underneath the tiles on my roof. The part of the monster that is going to be stretched over my garage is going to get reinforced with these little bits of cardboard that I cut. They're rectangles with the circle inside. I stapled that onto the Oly-Fun fabric, and then I cut a slit in there. Oly-Fun fabric is very, very durable, but I want to make sure it's not going to rip since it's going to be pulled gently on the garage door. So to attach it, I'm using bungee cords. This was a two-person job to get it up on the garage. What I did was open the garage slightly so there was a crack at the top. Then there was one person inside on a ladder, one person outside on a ladder, and we brought in the top of the monster and attached it, and then also attached bungee cords on the bottom. Make sure you don't have any fabric or bungee cords on the sides of your garage door where the rollers are. Trim it off if there's any extra. And here's what it looks like all put together. Let's open up that garage and watch that monster mouth shut. Isn't that fun? I'm really happy with the way this project turned out, and I hope you will give it a try. Have fun crafting and creating with Oly-Fun for Halloween.